Our schools open in Salem the day after Labor Day on Tuesday, September 7th. And the members of the Salem Police Department want to make sure motorists traveling on the city's streets remember that date. The start of the school year is traditionally a time nationwide when children are at an increased risk of transportation-related injuries from pedestrian, bicycle, school bus, and motor vehicle crashes. Our officers in Salem are well aware of that sobering fact and are urging drivers to slow down and pay attention as Salem's nearly 4,000 school children prepare to begin the brand new school year.
We're finishing up the summer here. The motorists haven't been used to the children being on the streets. They haven't been used to the children going to and from the schools and catching the bus. It's the motorist's responsibility to be aware that on September the 7th, this is going to happen. Children are going to be catching the buses. Children are going to be at their bus stops. It's up to the motorist to be aware of this and take the precautions that are necessary to be able to go through these areas safely without hurting anyone.
Well, at this time of year, people have gotten used to schools being out. There's not a lot of congested traffic in and around the school zones. And then all of a sudden they go to work one day and here's all this congestion again. We need to get people to slow down a little bit and pay attention. We've got a lot of small children starting school this year, and we need people to only watch the traffic signal lights, watch the crossing guards, watch our hidden signals, and expect the unexpected. We're dealing with children, and children oftentimes don't do what they're supposed to. Expect the child to come off the street corner when they're not supposed to. We're depending on the citizens of Salem this year to slow down and be observant of these areas. We don't want a traffic fatality. We don't want anyone injured.
I think that mainly we just need to be watching out for the kids in the neighborhoods. Everybody gets in a hurry having to get to work in the morning, get the kids off to school. But there are kids sometimes playing in the roadway in the morning that are not necessarily supervised by an adult. And drivers just need to be aware of that as they're passing through neighborhoods to get to the main thoroughfares.
In particularly motorists when they're traveling through their residential areas, when they're leaving in the morning, coming in the afternoon to go to and from work. This is the same time that the children are on the side of the street waiting on their school buses. They need to be aware that these children are there. They're on the street corners. They're waiting on their buses to come. Unfortunately, sometimes the children aren't paying attention to the vehicles, so it's up to the drivers to pay more attention to the children as they're traveling through these areas.
When a motorist sees a school bus, a lot of times you have to realize the size of the school bus just can't stop all of a sudden. Sometimes it takes a gradual stop, 15 to 20 yards. When you see the stop sign extended and the lights flashing on the school bus, be prepared to stop. When you see a school bus coming early in the morning or late in the afternoon and it's school time, you know the children are getting ready to get off the bus or get on the bus. Go ahead and be prepared to stop. Slow down a little bit at this time of the day.
What we're looking for folks to do as it relates to the crossing guards is when they approach those intersections, mainly at Andrew Lewis Middle School and G.W. Carver Elementary, that they pay attention to the crossing guard in the intersection and not so much the traffic signal.
Reaction time is the greatest thing we have with children. You have to be able to have a reaction time and pay attention to what you're doing. If you're using your phone, if you're trying to get ready for work, trying to get that last email in before you hit the office, that could be the difference in that time that you're spending doing that to you actually hitting a child.
Salem police officers will be stepping up radar enforcement in school zones and in neighborhoods throughout the city. A highway safety grant, federal money that is channeled to localities through the Virginia DMV, allows the police department to dedicate additional patrol officers to this enforcement effort.
We're going to be putting extra emphasis on the school zones within the city of Salem, and motorists need to be aware that there will be no tolerance given in the school zones. Officers will be enforcing the law, and they need to drive carefully, they need to drive defensively, and they need to obey the speed limits in these areas.
We will be stepping up our enforcement efforts, and we will be paying attention to certain offenses more this time of year than we do other times of the year.
Do you realize that school's in session right now?
No, because my kids don't go to the school system and their school don't start till next week.
All right, sir. Well, we have some yellow flashing lights. As a matter of fact, they're right here. If you didn't notice, it says 25 miles an hour school zone when flashing.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you realize how fast you were going?
I knew I was going over 25. I was kind of running late for work.
Yes, sir. It was 40 in a 25 mile an hour school zone.
Oh, okay.
All right. I'll be right back with you, sir, in just a moment.
Okay.
Chief, are we going to continue to use marked and unmarked police cars for speed enforcement?
Yes, we'll continue to use both the marked and the unmarked cars for speed enforcement, both in the school zones and the neighborhoods.
Besides cracking down on speeders in school zones, the Salem Police Department also is urging motorists and their passengers to buckle up before heading to and from school each and every day.
The City of Salem is going to do everything to protect our students as they travel to and from school. We just ask the motoring public to do everything they can do to protect our children.